You are listening to Minor Metrics. I'm your host, Chris Mellon. This show is powered by a script written by Locke Fox and Eve Prosper. This content is aimed at players participating in the mining profession and is provided nightly to give you, dear listener, the information you need to sell your product at the right price. Starting with Tritanium, on the yearly graph we can see the capital mining crash, nerf recovery, and recent stallout. Zooming in, we can see our price has jumped to 4.6. This price will be short-lived, and you should immediately sell to take advantage of this kind of volatility. If you can't sell quickly, you'll have to hold and wait for longer trends. Pyrite is showing the same yearly pattern as Tritanium, but we can now see that our price plunge has already started to take place. Zooming in, it looks more ambiguous, with some recent upward volatility. If you need to cash out your pyrite soon, now wouldn't be a terrible idea to catch this upward swing, but in the long run, I still think this price has further to rise. Moving on to Mexilon, we can see the amazing summit that we're on. Zooming in, however, we can see the crash I've been warning about is here in earnest. Our recent movement is rapid, and now in order to get out, I think you should be looking for upward volatility. However, if not, you should still get out now before the price drops further. With Isogen, we're seeing the exact same graph as pyrite, and it's for all the same reasons. Zooming in, we can see our price has pulled out of a decline. Selling Isogen isn't a terrible idea, but only if you need to liquidate. Holding out for a better price will probably be a better move in the long run. Moving through to Noxium, we see a similar graph to Tritanium earlier, but with a stallout at a much better relative price point. Zooming in, we can see a huge upward volatility for the sellers with a slow backing off. This is the new peak in price for this market, and I believe selling before the drop is a wise choice, even in the long run. Zydrene's yearly graph is looking alien, with large movements in the early year, followed by a recent plummet in price. Zooming in, we can see the rapid decline we've been experiencing and the bounce back from that movement. Despite this rebound, we're still in our stallout. I think it's time to hold on to Zydrene and wait for a better price. For the last of our regular minerals, we have Megasite. Much like Zydrene, Megasite has had large movements in the early year, but is only just now experiencing its drop. If Zydrene is any indication, this price has further to drop. Unfortunately, this movement is so rapid that I have to advocate holding your Megasite until after the drop. The rebound from this kind of movement should be significant. Lastly, Morphite's yearly graph looks incredibly stable, but zooming in we can see we've been experiencing a long fall in price with some recent volatility. We've returned to 9,500, so this is a fair trading price. It's perfectly fine to sell at this moment, assuming you're not stockpiling for the next spike in price. The event that would cause this kind of price is a large Tech 2 engagement. Pay attention for news of that nature to start watching the market. This has been Chris Mellon for Minor Metrics. That'll do it for the show. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to check tomorrow for another episode.